I'm Dr. Elizabeth Carabine. I'm a research fellow at the Overseas Development Institute in London. And for the last few years, we've been doing a whole range of projects looking at climate risk in key value chains in several countries. So that's included quite a few studies on the livestock value chains in Kenya, in Senegal, in Uganda, and in Tajikistan. We're also looking at cotton in Pakistan and Burkina Faso. And the aim of the whole project is to use the same approach to first map these value chains, to identify the climate risk at each step of the chain, and then to identify some adaptation options that can be employed to try and counter the effects of climate change and help people to adapt, but also that may be opportunities for investment by either the public sector or the private sector. It's an exciting project, and we've developed a methodology that's innovative and new, and in particular looking at these sectors like livestock. It's allowing us to pick up on characteristics of those systems that are really important for their functioning that often get overlooked in an economic kind of value chain analysis approach. So that includes the informal economic activity that's taking place, and that's really important for people to be able to cope during drought, for example, to sell a cow to your neighbour instead of at the market. That's an informal chain, and we're incorporating those kinds of things as well as gender and the different roles of men, women and youth in the value chain to try and see where's the adaptive capacity that we can harness and maybe help to upscale and upgrade the value chain just slightly to help those people adapt, but also to provide investment options. The focus of all of these value chains I've mentioned is semi-arid lands. And what we want to achieve with these value chain analyses is looking at climate resilient economic development that is also inclusive. So you're achieving these development objectives as well as climate adaptation. There's two reasons why livestock is more resilient in the context of arid and semi-arid lands compared to agriculture. Firstly is that it's the way of life and production system that pastoralists have been involved in for all of their lives over generations. So the skills and knowledge that are required to make a success of quite a difficult livelihood are there already. You don't need to be investing a lot in training and capacity building. If you are moving into a new livelihood, farming, it's a whole new set of skills, whole new set of equipment, whole new set of knowledge, and that's a big investment at the beginning. And oftentimes you see with these livelihood programs that pastoralists need to bring in that expertise from labourers from other parts of the country, therefore splitting the income that's generated in any case. Secondly, livestock are mobile. They can move around and take advantage of resources that are located in unpredictable ways across the landscape. You can't do that with crops which are fixed. So you need to bring water and nutrients to your plot for agriculture, and that's very difficult to do, very expensive to do. Livestock can move, so that's really the basis of the whole resilience of the system.
Our Karamoja normally during dry season, they tend also to move to the greener areas, down. They move, and that's why they normally move even up to Teso, in Katakwi, and even up to Soroti, Amuria. They go up to Lira, they go up to Kwen, even up to Bulambuli in Bugishu. They go even up to Acholi. Our life revolves within livestock. That's our life. And there is no way you can part or you can force a Karamojong to move from that lifestyle to a different lifestyle, which to them seem to be a challenge because of the climatic changes. If you talk about life of a Karamojong, you better promote livestock. Because if you talk ill about livestock, then you are hurting a Karamojong, you are piercing a Karamojong, the Karamojong heart. Because that is the only way of life these people have come to know.
Na ba yo ka lo pan ta pa ka da dang. Ha da win ta pa kang. Ani ngui na bo ta pa kang. Ha da win pa ka dang. Ha do ngona ina bo. Ha do ngir pa ra bo. Ha da win ngumur. dong ngeti nyitukoi yugi yo wara jigan jamu yo mo junyo tolo ma na bon ko de nyen nya kana ma char ngol ite ate ma char ngal tu ku nyeli ngol na bera kar kwana era bangi ko de ngal tu no ga da wuni ngal tu ama mo ba ni to yoji ma ko ni bore ko ni dula ko de lo ko de la nga dar la nyuma to kana ani ama mo wa an amana kolong mam bore mu joda mam nyuma mama kirudang le mun yo ate na api chumai tanya mai ku kwai tarang la pyo nyare mu jo mam nga jalaria mam ngi chan ani ga nyamete ang tunga ka kor jalaria ani ka dia ka ginodi jalaria ani ka daunya ka mu jalaria ya rondo ya dari to na nga tu no dari to nga ra na lak dari to aku ta ka dar dai dari to ko na ko la ke tamare be gua ke de baru bani ko dia ka roi pa bani gua na ngi to ang de lu e kana pe to o da pe babaren anto kan ro ba wo zin ro bo tamare lo ala je ko ma jo pi ko da e gugul ko abo ko ro lo ko ri ngi abo ko re a jo ma da ta po to ne gua ko na mata na ku ni gua na ko be gua ka na ra na yo na da no aja kere bong ni tanga uji na ngoni yen da dai ne paka kede ama yo ona ne ke tama ya ne ke na nga jipi amu ma di yo ji o ke tenga to malu na chuma na kere kwa ancha gi me unte la ngolo na da kengen a kare na da ka yeni eni da ka ma de no ne da unro ba ataki no ya ka ne ke gi nga jipi ik nam te na ka wa ja e choro mo a pere mana wa ja no ja rata lo ko ko ilu we poni te na parani
Then you find that the lifestyle of these people is a very unique kind of life that people look in. People live in a way that it's a God-given kind of life system in them. But what I know is that, especially pastoralists, you can't change a pastoralist to become a farmer when he's not a farmer. Because his being a pastoralist is a God-given thing and the lifestyle of their nature within that area. We cannot change the lifestyle of pastoralists, but we can take measures to improve it.
There is a vivid political will that the Karamojong are pastoralists, but to support mechanisms that allow the Karamojong to practice this livelihood of pastoralism is lacking. The pastoralists need land, access to land. They need to move. But government policies on land are a bit restricting these processes, a bit restricting these systems. The issue of mobility, for example. When drought hits due to this current climate change, the pastoralists will want to move into the next district. The pastoralists will want to change locations. They want to change rangelands. They want to change grazing areas or even grazing routes and locations. But the current framework in there does not agree, does not give them access to resources on the other side. It has not been put into policy. We look at it and now we're advocating that government should increase investment into huge dam and water projects, not small valley tanks that are scattered everywhere. When drought hits, they cannot contain because Karamoja is a bit raised. And when it rains, all the water flows down into central eastern Uganda. And at that time of drought, they have to follow this water. And we're asking government and other development actors, why is there no will to support the technology that can divert, that can stop this water to stay in Karamoja so that these people stop moving, these people stop interfering with other communities, because during drought it becomes a security situation. The animals of the Karamojong move in huge numbers into the neighboring districts, into the neighboring regions, and these regions are not pastoralist regions, and they don't expect huge numbers of animals as such. We have adopted a mobile phone technology mechanism where we know that the pastoralists now, however mobile they have mobile phones. They communicate with all the stakeholders. They communicate with the private sector. They communicate among themselves. They communicate with the government. They communicate with the NGOs. So we established a toll-free system where they can call into the system and ask Karamoja Development Forum to connect them to that target audience. They call into the system, say, now our dam has dried. We are moving into point B. And we don't know whether the people there will allow us to stay. Two, among the issues that have come over time into the pastoralist information system is the issue of security, animal theft. We can call it cattle rustling. Donkeys are missing there, cows are missing this side, goats are missing here, 10 of these, we need to follow, and they have gone into this direction. So they call into the system and they try to guide the message into a particular stakeholder. One of the key issues, again, that has come through the pastoralist information system is access to markets. So the pastoralists have been able to call into the system to say, we hear there is a market on Monday in Moroto. How are the prices? Are the traders there? Has it been postponed or not? Because there have been cases when livestock market days have been postponed because of emergencies over either theft or a breakout of a disease or sometimes political public holidays. They push them and they want to ascertain this information.
Agijam diam ane gajal larang barane. Ajo ko tujuan larang barang tujuan nere apa ya? Ketane reng tuma juga bare. Agar roy itu orang. Mana? Dia jaga gajal larang kebar.
Jina yangu naita Perel Boniface. Kasi yangu mimi nafanya transport tu kubeba ng'ombe kutoka hapa Moroto mpaka Katakwi. Nabeba ng'ombe 13 peke yake kwa gari. Lakini sisi naenda kwa barabara. Challenges mwenye iko kwa barabara ndio tunapata traffic kwa barabara na chukuanga pesa kwa barabara kidogo. Saa ngine napata punches kwa barabara. Maneno tu ya mawe mnapata mawe nini mwenye iko kwa barabara ndio nampatia si punch. Ndio shida tu mwenye iko kwa barabara.
Jamrobo. Hai. Untung moy. Jamu gini yo. Alama.
Yang moy lo gel dene pene.
Bakira kila dio, ada nyar kono.
Maruni jang miang kan kauni dang. Gilir bada kama kan miang kan kare. Maruna miang kan kauni pa dar bugara miang. Ni ja ngena. Mena no yuro bo ngis pero ba jokono oibe. Ai nai. Bonguno pa na namani kama ja ra kai japane. Keroba ko baja. Ini tiya ini jang ite ne pe gona jokono pe ne ro. Ubata da made. Ndu ba arawa gi yarda da ne ai na waje. Gwan no bani tingi tingi da alo bugo mi tigi yalu chai che gine dang ba sor ko chai di pa da ni pa ne. Nyamang wada ja gelang wada marat.
My name is Dr. Patience Akure. I'm a private veterinarian. I work in Karamoja. I could say I was born in Karamoja, and I've worked here as a veterinarian for 3.5 years now. And I know we're still moving to Turkana. It's my first time to go there. Obviously, I'm excited because I don't think it's going to be a different environment from what we're going to do. It's still a pastoralist environment, and I wish I could be able to meet them, obviously, and share with them. Maybe they could be having a unique experience from here. I'm not so sure, but I'm excited about the journey. I hope I can be able to meet them and we share further and make comparisons and relationships. Maybe they could be there.
Now we are in Irupa. We came out of Moroto through the Irupa Road going to Kenya, Lodwar. This is having the same, almost the same weather pattern with us, except this is a bit extreme. So we'd want to see how this area is managing watering their animals, especially when it is drought like this. We also want to see where do they get their grass? How do they feed these livestock? So issues of pasture management can be replicated even in the other areas. And the other is how do they process some of their products? For example, meat. Do they have slaughter slabs? Do they have abattoirs? It will be important to see how they are grading, how they are ensuring that some of these livestock is being marketed, and who is the consumer.
My name is Dr. John Omahiu. I work for Kenya Market Trust. We're in Lodo, supporting the Karamoja team to look at what best practices they could adopt and adapt for resilience. We're looking at improving livestock value chain, pushing, connecting supply and demand. And what we're talking about here is livestock processing and value addition.
It is now 7 days. We have been having a program of national drought management. And they gave us 500 shoats to kill them, slaughter them, and make them biltongs.
You lose 60% if you do not do value addition. Yeah. So makes this enterprise viable.
We welcome the entrance of IGAD, an international body that would support production in issues around the policy issues surrounding production. However, if we need to strategize the Karamoja people to be able to take advantage of the terminal markets in Kampala, their nearness to southern Sudan, and then their neighbors even within the Turkana people and the Rwanda market. It's easier to transport meat cuts and manufactured products from Karamoja or from Moroto to Kampala rather than having carcasses going into terminal markets. And that is the missing link, connecting the demand and supply.
This saw cuts, because it cuts every meat, including bone or what, in all type of sizes if you want. If you want cubes, if you want T-bones, this machine will cut for you.
Are they called trucks, like with fridges?
There's the Damo King, this one. So that truck is cold. When we put the meat inside, it's already cold. Whereby when we are packing it when it is cold. So it will go to the destination without any problem.
From organic manure, from abattoir wastes, from bones, making ornaments. From the fifth quarter, we have a huge market. The DRC Congo are the largest consumers of the tribes, the feet, and they are close to Uganda than any other country. And they have been importing meat to a tune of $3 billion USD per year, which is a market that the Uganda people and the Karamojas could tap into. Look at even the other value chains. Look at the leather, and having a mini tannery that then would create jobs for small artisan products at village level.
The tannery actually subject or open up so many areas of actually achieving a revenue for the community, because when the community bring in the material, they are paid for that particular material. The community also subject that skin to be converted into the leather, and once it's converted into the leather, next room is actually where we have got the leather making articles. Once the leather making articles are made, maybe the wallet, the belt, the shoes. Once they are made, then they are sold, and the community actually get a particular revenue.
The investment can be broken down into short, mid, and long term. The short-term investment really is in human capital. When you train people how to convert hides and skins into leather at village level, that will scale up to designing of artifacts and products. When you train producers how to take good care of the animals to get good quality meat and then good quality hide that will produce, that is short term. The other short-term measures will be creating policies that will enable businesses. Mid-term will be investing in aggregation, making communities that are pastoral subsistence production system adopt to ranching, adopt into finishing and fattening schemes, into producer cooperatives, and then helping them to invest in aggregation centers and marketing infrastructure. So investing in infrastructure for primary production is a key thing. Issues of water dams, issues of disease control zones, issues of traceability will be a key thing. Then looking at the road networks, now the government encouraging heavy government intergovernmental negotiations on joint venture investments or PPPs, public-private partnerships.
We've heard a lot here through the work of Kenya Markets Trust and the projects we've visited about the importance of getting the private sector in. And it's not easy because already they're not here, even a bit in Turkana and in Karamoja, so it's hard to incentivize private sector in. What do you think the government and the private sector could do to work together to promote the
first of all, as I told them, everybody was working in isolation. The private sector and then the partners were working together. They were seeing government as if government was an enemy or private sector or this. But for my case now, there is a need to bring all these forces or all these partners together and they start working as one person and for the common good of that local person down there.